Hello, I'm Crystal Thies, the LinkedIn Ninja, and welcome to LinkedIn Ninja Tips. I'm really excited to share the LinkedIn Ninja tip that I have for you today. It's actually an improvement on what I thought was a LinkedIn Ninja tip that we've been using for years and years. One of the frustrations that I hear from people using LinkedIn is the fact that you have to type so many messages. All invitations to connect have to be typed. All messages have to be typed. And if you're sending the same type of message over and over again, it can get very frustrating. Also, there's no way to put a standard signature template into a LinkedIn message. And maybe you want to do that, but again, then you have to type everything in there. So what is there to do? Well, the old method we used to use, I would tell people to create templates. Templates for the common scenarios, invitations to connect in specific situations, follow-up messages. After someone accepts your invitation to connect, send a follow-up thank you message, ideally with a lead magnet, particularly if they're your target market, and just keep them somewhere easy to get to really quick, like Word document, where you can just go in, highlight it, and do a Control-C. And when you come back into LinkedIn, if you do an invitation, you can just type in their name and hit Control-V, and boom, it's there. That's pretty fast. Works pretty good. But what if you could do it even faster? I recently became aware of software tools called text expanders. If you use Chrome or Firefox, a lot of the extensions, you may find some text expander extensions that you can add to the browser. I've been trying a few of these, and they don't always work within LinkedIn. I was using actually this first one here, Auto Text Expander, and I would type in my shortcut and it would appear. And then when I would hit enter and enter the message in, and this is actually specifically in the LinkedIn help forum, when I went back and looked at it, it was just my shortcut that I typed. And that doesn't look too good. I was just trying this TextBlaze one, and while it worked in that scenario, when I tried to do an invitation to connect, which is a pop-up, which I'm going to demonstrate shortly, it didn't work in the pop-up, and so that was a problem. So then I went looking. There's actually desktop software that you can get. I'm trying one right now, Text Expander, that seems to be working. It's $40 a year, not too crazy, but what it allows you to do is to come up with shortcuts for long form text, and they'll even format it. Not that we need formatting in LinkedIn, because LinkedIn doesn't really give us formatting, but it will allow us to type in all of this and just give a few letter shortcut that we can type in, and it will pop it all in. And I'm going to show you how that works. So let's go down to LinkedIn here. So one of the techniques that I teach people is to pay attention to people who view your profile. And if they're your target market, you want to invite them to connect. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to click on Who's Viewed My Profile. Now, if you're not a premium member and you set your visibility settings so that people can see when you view your profile, you do get to see the 5 most recent people who have viewed your profile. So what that means is for the strategy, you need to be checking it on a daily basis if you want to see everybody. Now, I'm premium, which means that you get to see the 90 days, past 90 days. Of people who viewed your profile, if they're visible. Even at premium, you can't see if someone's chosen to be semi-anonymous or anonymous. Actually, right here, you can see one that is chosen to be semi-anonymous. I don't get to see who that person is. So what I'm going to do is scroll down, and I'm going to find someone who meets my target market criteria. And as you can see, as I scroll down, you'll easily see who your first degrees are. If it's a 3rd degree, they're going to give you an InMail button, and if they're 2nd degree, they're going to give you a Connect. Even if you see someone who's your target market on the Who's Viewed Your Profile screen, do not click on the Connect button. It's going to send the invitation immediately without giving you the opportunity to customize it. And we definitely don't want to be sending an invitation to connect to someone who viewed our profile that's just the default invitation to connect. So what you're going to want to do is find one of those people, and here I've scrolled down and I have found someone. And this is a 3rd degree, which makes it even easier. But if it were a 2nd degree, I'd still want to use this methodology. What you want to do is right-click on their name and open their profile in the next link. It's very important whenever you are in a situation like this where you're scrolling through something in LinkedIn that keeps refreshing on the bottom, or even your search results, Don't click and open it in the same tab, because going backwards is not necessarily going to put you where you started, especially with these continuous scrolling screens. It will take you back to the top, and if you've been scrolling a long way, and that's really important if you're in the My Network, up here, if you open that up and you've got a whole bunch of people and you're scrolling and scrolling and it takes a while to refresh, oh my God, you're never going to get back there. So right click and open them up in a new tab. And so what you're going to want to do is invite them to connect. Now it's a third degree person, so as you notice here, I don't have a connect button. It says in mail. That doesn't mean you can't connect. And I know this is a struggle that a lot of people have, so this is kind of a LinkedIn Ninja tip within a LinkedIn Ninja tip. LinkedIn's new interface uses these three little dots. This is what you want to look for, the three little dots. It used to be a little drop-down arrow right next to the button, which made it a little bit easier to find. But when you click on these three dots, that's how you're going to open up the extended menu, and that's where you're going to find the options to share profile and to connect if the connect button isn't there, or to send an in-mail if the connect button is there and the in-mail isn't. So I'm going to go ahead and click on connect, and it opens up this pop-up. This is where the one Chrome expander gave me difficulties. So here we have an option to click on add note. I'm going to type in his name real quick and a comma, hit enter, and I'm going to type in my shortcut, and there it goes. There's a little bit of a delay, but it popped in right in there, and then all I have to do is click on send invitation. I'm still learning and playing around with this text expander software, text expander for Windows. I believe we can adjust the response times to make it happen a little bit faster, but that's one way that we can easily and quickly send our invitations to connect. You know, same thing if it was somebody that you're already connected to. Let's go ahead and open up that My Network, and we'll click on over here our See All to see all of our connections. And so maybe it's someone that you've invited to connect recently and you want to send them a follow-up message. And so the way this is ordered is that the newest people you've connected with are always on top. And so if you're going to be sending a follow-up message thanking them for that, you would go ahead and click on message. It would pop in, and down here you would go ahead, and I'm not going to send this, but just to demonstrate, because I haven't set up the follow-up message template, you could write that into your text expander and you'd be able to pop that right in there. Of course, putting his name in first before you do that. You always want to customize it. And so I'm going to go ahead and shut that down. But so you'd be able to then to go down right in a row for all the newest people you connected to and quickly send them a personal follow-up message. So that is the LinkedIn Ninja tip for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check back for future LinkedIn Ninja tips.